Because, in the modern world, right, we've had this uptick of so many kind of chronic health conditions, but also like diseases that people used to not get. Like we stopped getting a lot of the common diseases, but then we started getting all of these relatively rare diseases that were relatively unheard of. And the whole health world is like trying to find the smoking gun. It's our diet, it's our chemicals, it's microplastics, we're sedentary, we're not exercising, we're eating too much, it's seed oils, it's blah, 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 right? And I'm not saying there's no, like all of those things are true, right? And it's a non-zero impact from those things. But what I've contemplated this, and it just makes sense to me, and like this isn't an empirical conclusion, this is a logical deduction. Um, I can look at human populations throughout the long arc of history who ate all sorts of different things, who were exposed to all sorts of bad toxins, bacteria, diseases, who had varying activity levels from very sedentary scribes and merchants and kings to very active. Like, there are hunter gatherers that eat almost nothing but carbs. There's hunter gatherers that don't eat vegetables. There's people that are exposed to chronic, hereditary levels of certain, right? These things all change. They're very variable. We've thrived in many of these environments. But do you want to know what's never changed? There's one thing that changed permanently at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution that has absolutely no historical comparison, and that is artificial lighting. There literally was zero. There is no such thing besides a slight level of reflection from the moon of blue light at night in nature, and that's minuscule. You have this, and so it's not just that like I'm saying like, oh, like light bulbs are causing all this. It's two things. One, people are exposed to artificial light at night, which has a host of negative health outcomes. But because we have now illuminated the indoors and electrified the indoors and air conditioned the indoors, people stayed inside. So it was dual. You weren't outside and you were now inside with a dysfunctional light cue. And so, I can't prove that's like the smoking gun here, but it's the one thing that has zero historical comparison, while all of these other factors have varied across populations across history.
Yeah.